We're back here in Washington after my exclusive interview yesterday in Chicago with President-elect Barack Obama. And as you heard at the conclusion of that interview, this is my last Sunday as a temporary moderator of Meet the Press, an assignment that I reluctantly took on last June when we lost my pal and our dear colleague, Tim Russert. But it has been a privilege to be in this chair during this exciting and challenging time. I first made an appearance on Meet the Press at the height of Watergate back in 1973, and so it has a long, rich tradition that will always be a part of me. And what will also always be a part of me are all of you. I'm extremely grateful that you have shared your Sunday mornings with Meet the Press. But now it's time for me to move on and to introduce the new moderator of Meet the Press, another great friend and a cherished colleague, David Gregory, who is here with us this morning. And David, Tim always liked to say that Meet the Press was a national treasure. The rest of us were all temporary custodians of all of that. I'm more temporary than others at this chair right now. But I hand this assignment off to you with also one of the best staffs I've ever worked with, led by Betsy Fisher, the executive producer.
Well, thank you, Tom. This is an incredible honor. And to have it come from you is also really special because of what you've meant to me in the course of my career here and in the course of my life. I know how Betsy and the staff and I feel so grateful to you for everything you brought to the program in such a difficult time after Tim died, and it's really meant a lot. It's meant a lot to the country. It's meant a lot to us to see your example, and I've watched your example a lot. You nurtured me in this business. Tim did, and I was in a unique place where I got to see two of the very best in journalism up close. I tried to learn a lot, and you know, I've thought a lot about what it means to succeed somebody like Tim Russert, and I'm not Tim, but along with this great team, I can just work real hard to make him proud.
Well, part of the deal is that you no longer can break up Washington parties by doing your drop-dead imitation of me. That has to be part of the comeback. You understand that?
Exactly. I got that memo very carefully. Although when I'm a little bit under the weather like I am now, the voice is really close, so it's really so tempting to break into it.
Listen, I've been at this a long time, as you know, and what I think really is very exciting for you and important to this country is that everyone is paying attention now in a way that I can't remember since 1968. We are in very, very difficult times, and people want to participate in their own destiny. And so it makes Sunday morning across all these networks, and especially here on Meet the Press, a critically important time in American life, David.
I think the country is in such a difficult place right now, and such a challenging place, and people are so engaged, and we just saw it. And what an important interview with the President-elect of the United States on Sunday morning in a way on this program uniquely can provide insights and answers and ask tough questions to explore the nature of leadership in Washington and the country and the world, and to hold leaders accountable. You know, Tim always said to me, as you have said to me, be respectful, but ask the tough questions and think of the smart follow-up and hold them accountable. And if you come out that way and if you're fair, you'll be just fine in the end. And that's what this program represents to me. It's what I've learned from this incredible staff along the way. And you know, it's about preparation. What I thought you have taught me in this role and in your role at NBC News, at Nightly News and beyond, and what Tim has taught me is that these are treasured platforms with which you have to pursue with great purpose, a sense of purpose. I want my beautiful wife, Beth, and my 3 children to see me pursue my career with that sense of purpose, and it means a lot to me.
The other thing to remember, if I may offer this gratuitous advice, is that this broadcast is especially important beyond the Potomac and beyond the Hudson River in New York City. Across the country, I have been very struck by how important this broadcast is to people as a regular appointment for them.
That's right, and again, one of the strengths of the program is to be able to bring some of the very difficult issues of our time to people in a way where they can understand it, they can digest it, and they can make it part of their own decision-making and opinion-making in their lives. And a key part of that, I hope you know, is that I'm going to be counting on you, both privately on a phone call, or if I can get out to Montana, and around this table. I'm going to need your voice and really want your voice and your perspective.
Well, I'll be happy to be back, but I really encourage you to reach to your generation and get some fresh new voices that are out there, because it's a very impressive crowd of young journalists who are coming of age. David, thanks very much. And by the way, David and I will have more of this discussion about Washington politics and Meet the Press on our website after this morning's broadcast. That website is mtp.msnbc.com. David will be back here next week, because if it is Sunday, it's Meet the Press.